Hi, North Texas and Jim Austin Online viewers. Welcome to Jim Austin TV. I'm your host, Cynthia Austin. Well, as always, another great day, another great show, another great time. With us today, actor Tom Young. He's with the movie Human Wreckage. He's on the program today, yay! And also, country music darling, Image. Yes, and Image is going to be at the Jim Austin Online Zydeco Music Festival. More information on that coming up. And we have with us from Bride Day Media Group and the man behind the voice of Jim Austin Radio, Mr. Daryl Day. All of that and more is coming up. We'll be back right after this.
For a clear lane to the basket and a sure shot at netting all the exhilarating Mavs action. Make sure your game lineup always includes the team and the Trinity Railway Express. TransportYourself.com.
We always have a great time here at the Jim Austin TV show. On today's program, we have a Dallas-based actor. Yes, we do. Mr. Tom Young from the movie Human Wreckage. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you know, I can tell already that, well, when I first met you, I asked Vivian, you're a PR person, I said, is he quiet? And she's like, yeah. But, I'm seeing you talk. That's good. That's good. You,
but I am a quiet talker, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Not quite as bad as from the Seinfeld show, you know.
Okay, okay. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
So tell me, when did you know you wanted to be an actor, and what sparked your interest in acting?
I've always been interested in film and stuff. I remember my mom, when I was little, she would drop me off at the theater and then pick me up later that day. I'd sit through every, 2-3 times I'd watch the movie. So I was always interested in it. So.
Well, are there a lot of opportunities for Dallas-based actors?
Yes and no. There used to be a lot better here than it is now. But New Mexico and Louisiana have a lot of production going on. Okay. So we're kind of centrally located. And it's getting better here with the incentives.
Yeah, I was going to say, seems like here lately I've been hearing, about more actors coming to this area, more projects coming here. So that's a good thing, huh?
It sure is.
Because wasn't the Chuck Norris weekly series?
Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yes,
That's been many years since I was here.
Yeah, exactly. And prior to that, what was it, Dallas or something?
Dallas. I don't know if they even shot Dallas here that much.
Okay.
Maybe the exterior shots. Really don't know. That was before my time. But Walker was, but that's been quite a while.
Yeah. So
that was my first break.
So it's time for some more major productions to come out of Dallas, isn't it?
Sure is.
Why don't you tell us about your music, your new movie, Human Wreckage?
Human Wreckage? Yeah. Well, it's about this couple and how they survive a zombie apocalypse, basically. Okay. Not too many zombies in it, because it's more about how they survive. Okay. And it's written by Dustin LaValliere, which he's a noted horror story author. And so he turned it into a short story, a short film, and I really liked it, so I shot it.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a clip from the movie, okay?
Man, we could have helped her.
Oh, we could have helped her.
She could have infected us. She could have attacked us. She could have bitten us.
We could have helped her, man. We could have helped her.
The only help is helping yourself. There's no one coming.
I'm not your enemy. I don't understand this.
If we eat infected, we become infected. You think cattle were spared? No. If it breathes air, it's most likely 99% chance infected. And we all can't be vegans. You ever taste an 18-year-old? Let me rephrase that.
What's the biggest game in town? How about the hottest concerts? What about business networking opportunities in DFW? For tickets to your favorite sporting events, concerts, and theatrical performances, log on to Jim Austin Online, where you'll find all the hottest shows in the Metroplex. Pick your event and check out right there on the site using Austin Pay Now. It's that easy. Jim Austin Online has upcoming shows and event listings for DFW's favorite venues, including Verizon Theater and Will Rogers Coliseum. And if you're looking to make the perfect business connection, Jim Austin Online has endless listings of networking functions and opportunities to help grow your business. Sign up for the newsletter for all the latest news, information, and blogs. JimAustinOnline.com, when you have places to go and people to meet.
In addition to acting, you also direct. How did you end up working on both sides of the camera?
I started out like film contests, where it was just small crews and stuff like that, and so I started doing everything because it was easy and I knew what I wanted to do. But the main one was I had my film before this was called The Dancer, and I had wrote it, and I spent years. I wrote the feature, and then I wrote the short, and I spent a couple of years doing that, and then I wrote it with me in mind for the lead, not the dancer part, but the lead part, and it just got to where it was like some guys wanted to direct it, and I was like, I couldn't see myself like, cut. No, your character wouldn't do that. And I'm like, I wrote it and I did it. I'm thinking maybe my character would do that. So I didn't think I could take direction from anybody for my film. So I did it myself. I liked it. It turned out well. So I just started doing it more and more.
So what do you prefer, acting or directing?
Acting.
Why so?
I like taking words written on the paper and bringing that character to life. And
I was talking to you before the camera started rolling. I said, I admire you for being an actor. I mean, first of all, the skill set. Oh my goodness, we'd be forever in a day trying to get me to do a 30-second piece. But not just that, but sitting, the wait time on the set. Did you find in the beginning that you had problems with that? You know how sometimes you have to go and wait hours?
Well, you start out as an extra. And pretty much extras are considered props that eat. So you're the first person on set, because our first person there, and the last person to leave. So when you're an extra, there's a lot of waiting and waiting and waiting. You learn quick to bring something, a book or something.
So it's like being an extra. It kind of weeds out the wheat from the tares, if you will, let you know who's going to stay, who this business is for, and who's not. I remember many moons ago, I did a commercial. I was in a commercial with George Strait, and when I tell you, we left Austin, went to San Antonio, and was on set all day. And when we came back, I remember telling my agent, because I went to the agency to do some voice work, I said, that's one thing I don't ever want to do is be an actor. I have so much respect for you all. So much.
I think a commercial wouldn't be that bad.
Oh, but I can take
it's 30 seconds or 60 seconds, you knock that out.
Yeah, I can take all day because we had the whole crowd scene thing going on. So tell us about, how can people learn more about Human Wreckage?
Well, we have a fan site on Facebook. And that's about where it is at right now. We're in post-production, we're editing it, adding the music, and we've got it looking real well right now. Looks real good right now. And so it'll be maybe a month before it's ready to be seen anywhere. But I'll let you know when it is.
Please do.
We're going to enter it in festivals and film festivals and stuff. And that's
that
what
was
we're
my
gonna do.
next question. Do you go to a lot of festivals?
Yeah, kind of. My movie, The Dancer, I entered that in a lot of festivals. And,
who's your favorite actor? You're an actor's actor. Who's your favorite?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost dressed like him today. I thought it would be kind of cool. But, the scarf and the hat.
Mission accomplished.
No, this is Clooney-ish.
Clooney-ish, yes. Well, you have that whole, Hollywood, Dallywood. We'll call it Dallywood.
Oh, okay.
Dallywood, Metrowood thing going on.
There you go.
But it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice
and like I say, admire you for your skill set. This has been a good interview.
It has.
I didn't think you were going to talk much. I said, okay, I'm going to have to kind of pull him some. But
once you get me talking, I start talking. I'm usually pretty shy, but once you get me talking.
Well, we look forward to seeing Human Wreckage, and you're going to have to come back on the show and keep us informed of some of your other projects.
I will.
You stay pretty busy?
Yes and no. I've got another project that I've got a featured role in called Losing Your Flames.
Okay.
And then it's a hard title to remember.
Yeah.
So we shoot that in July, and then I go down to Waco for the Red Sea TV guys down there, and I shoot another feature for them. I've got a bad guy role where I play a religious zealot.
Will you come back and tell us about these projects you're working on? Okay?
I will.
Such a pleasure meeting you.
It was fun.
Dallas-based actor Tom Young. We'll be back after this.
Roller World Northeast is the place for safe family fun for everyone. Birthday parties, arcade, pool, teen club, food, drinks, and more. Enjoy a great night of skating with one of the hottest DJs in the Metroplex at Roller World Northeast, located at 5817 Denton Highway in Halton City. And don't miss Cheap Skate on Wednesdays and Teen Night on Fridays. Book your party or special event at Roller World Northeast. Call 817-485-8222.
We love Roller World!
Queen Latifah calls her the new face of country music. I call her my little Dallas darling. Welcome to the show, Amaj. Hi, Amaj.
Hi, Cindy.
Amaj is a country music.
Thanks for having me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. I have to remember you're so soft-spoken, and
I'll speak up.
and I'm so loud. But it's good to have you on the show, young lady.
Thank you.
You know, I remember Amaj from I had the privilege of interviewing her like about 3 years ago, and she was yay high. And now to see her, how you've just sprouted up and just blossomed. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you. You've been working hard these last 3 years, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know, before we get started with the interview, I want to let our audience know about some of your accolades, what's going on with you. CMA, Close Up Magazine, says she's the one to watch in 2014, and she made Billboard's New and Active with her new debut single, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah.
Proud of you. So how is it feeling seeing all of your hard work paying off? Because now you're up there and with Billboard, you're in the CMA magazines. Those are major.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, we're working hard, and I'm doing what I love. And I think when you follow your heart and you follow your dreams, you always have success. You know? So,
Amaj, you have a large following, your fan base. I'm sure you've watched it grow over the years. How does it make you feel as a young woman to just see how loyal your fans are and to know that you have this group of young ladies watching you, watching the way you carry yourself, how you handle your success?
well, I think it's a beautiful thing because, you know, whenever I'm out on the road and the music that I put out, we're always promoting peace and love. And you see that really that's at the heart of everyone. And so to see such a massive response to that says that, you know, humanity is alive and well. And so.
Amen. So you just came back from Haiti. Or
Well,
you're going to Haiti.
We'll be going to Haiti soon.
Okay. What's going on?
We just came back from Florida. Down in Florida, I was helping to raise funds for the school down there called Edward Pace High School for their schools in Haiti and their missions trips to Haiti. And they help build wells and things like that and just really help out down there. And I also did some interviews with NBC and Fox, you know, the regular thing. And so we've just been doing a lot of hard work. And I'm really looking forward to going to Haiti because I've heard so many wonderful stories about people coming back changed. And when you go there, it's very humbling. And I think it's going to be a really important experience in my life. So.
Do you ever get tired of doing all of these interviews and everything that comes with this business?
No, I love it. I mean, I get to be here with you. So.
Oh, you're so sweet. And what did you ask me if you could call me?
Cindy.
Cindy.
That's why I laughed in the beginning.
So you have brothers, right?
Oh, yeah.
And how does it feel being a big sister whose star is just rising? And when you get home, do they like hold you accountable for?
There's really no comparison there. I'm still their sister at the end of the day. Nothing.
And no
They're proud.
special treatment.
No special treatment. You know, they were raised to be gentlemen, so they're always that way, regardless of you know whose presence they're in. So, and I'm the same way with anyone. You know.
So your project, what are you promoting now? Your debut single, the one that Billboard called you the new.
Billboard, my debut single, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which is all about, you know, having that space to be yourself. We live in a world where everyone's trying to be like everyone else and emulate everything that they see on TV. And I think it's important to put out the message that there's nothing wrong with being different. In fact, it's a beautiful thing. And so that was my debut single because I want it to be indicative of who I am. Because, you know, when they see your face for the first time, it's kind of imprints in the brains of fans. So that's the first single we put out. And like we were talking before we started shooting, you know, this is the longest I've been in Dallas in like a year and a half, which is, we've been here for a few weeks now. And so we've just been on the road promoting that debut single, and it eventually reached Music Row, which is huge in Nashville, as well as new and active on the Billboard country charts. So
Amaj is the daughter of actor Philip Michael Thomas. Did you ever think about acting, or have you always known that music was your forte?
I think that would be a very organic move for me because music, I mean, art flows into everything. You know, I paint as well. My work was displayed at the Dallas Museum of Art. So that's something that kind of infiltrates, I guess you'd say, into my music. And acting would just be another thing that I would, you know, go into as well. So I love it all. I really do.
I can tell. When you do art, do you do a lot of your painting while you're on the road? And is it something you do to relax you?
You know, it's just something that comes from inspiration, like a song or anything else. It just kind of comes when it comes.
Oh, really?
It's not something that you can go look for. You ever heard of that cliche, when your back's turned, that's when things usually, wonderful things happen when you're not looking for them.
So your music, you hear a song and it influences what you put on the canvas.
Sure.
Oh,
yeah, that's
you're a true artist. True artist. I didn't know you were so. You had that whole art thing going on. What else do you enjoy doing when you're not working? What does Amaj like?
When I'm not working?
When is that,
I don't really separate my work from who I am. It's who I mean, my work is who I am. I don't really call it work. I think when you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Isn't that the quote? So, and I actually get a lot of inspiration from being on the road with other artists. You know, I've toured with multi-platinum country artists like Colin Ray. I spent a lot of time with Billy Dean. I was a special guest for Gretchen Wilson, Kit Moore, Lori Morgan, Leanne Rimes. I loved Colorado with Leanne Rimes. That was beautiful. Colorado is gorgeous.
You've worked with some heavy hitters. How do you feel about the media nowadays with, you know, well, paparazzi, like your star is rising and the higher you go, the more of a target you become. As a young lady and dealing with the media and the paparazzi, do you ever think that, is it ever a concern of yours to think about paparazzi, you know, those days when they will be following you and even more? Do you ever think about that?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, my father was a major icon in the 80s. So he dealt with that a lot. And, you know, and we've always been very private, and I think that's important to be able to have that kind of separation. Because, you know, you will have your ups and downs with people trying to get in your life and that sort of thing. But that's not really what's important to the public. What's important is the difference that you make in other people's lives. So, yeah, it's not really a concern for me.
Good, good. You're so balanced. Your mom is doing such a great job with you. And I always enjoy talking to you. Like I say, I call you my little Dallas darling, my little country darling. You're just precious. I'm proud of you, and keep doing what you're doing, Amaj. And promise me you'll come back and we'll spend some more time on camera.
Oh, absolutely.
And continue success with everything you do, and keep up the good touring and keeping the fans happy.
I appreciate it.
Amaj will be at the Zydeco Festival. You can log on to jimaustinonline.com and get the day and time, and we look forward to seeing you there. Come out and take pictures with Amaj and have a good time. Back after this.
I'm Jim Austin, the CEO of Jim Austin Online. We're a social network media website that has a newsletter that goes out to 20,000 folks. We also do a network mixer once a month at a phenomenal place. So please come out and network with us and bring business cards. And I promise you that you'll meet someone new, that you'll be able to do maybe a business deal or create a new friendship. Jim Austin Online, going places and people to meet.
My next guest is the CEO of Bride Day Media Group and BGC sports announcer, and need I not say, the voice of Jim Austin Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program, Mr. Daryl Day. Hi, Daryl.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Doing good.
You know,
doing real good.
Funny talking to you because I see you up and down the halls all the time.
Yeah.
But I have to give you shout outs. Now, you did a spot for Jim Austin Radio. Well, all the work you do for Jim Austin Radio is just awesome. I just want you to know I applaud you as a voiceover. Oh my goodness, you're a talented man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, so where are you from?
I'm originally from West Virginia.
Okay, how'd you end up in Texas?
Long story.
Make it short.
Okay. Was in West Virginia where I met my wife. I had been doing radio prior to this.
Okay.
And met my wife, and then my wife and I had our first child together, which was Kevin Day, and he's now a TCU Horned Frog.
Is that the one?
Go Frogs.
Go Frogs.
And but you know, basically, I had an encounter with God. And he instructed me that I was to move out here.
Wow.
And we've been out here now 18 years we've been out here. And it's been nothing short but glorious. It's been a learning experience.
I believe it.
And it's a big change, Texas, from West Virginia to Texas.
Yeah.
Because, you know, West Virginia's beautiful. It's got the hills and everything. Texas is just spread out. But we've enjoyed our time here, and we love it. This is home now. So even when I go back to West Virginia, it's like, okay, we're here for a little bit, but let's hurry up and get back to Texas.
Now, when the Lord instructed you to move here, did you wean in your faith a little bit, or you feel like, say, Lord, are you sure? Because it's not like you're saying, well, I had a job offer and I moved to Texas. It's a totally different thing.
That's the funny thing about the story, because at that time I was working with Airborne Express.
Okay.
And when I had this encounter, what happened was I had to go back and tell my wife that I had had this encounter.
Right.
And she said, no, you didn't. Just like that. And so we kind of argued about it, and I said, "No,
that one.
No." The Lord said it's time to move and to do this.
Right.
So we stepped out on faith, and one of the things was we asked God. We said, "There's 3 things that we need you to do." Okay, first of all, we got to have a place to stay when we get out there. We've got to have. We're going to have a job, you know, and we got to have money to move.
Right.
And so I had just been made a supervisor at my job at Airborne, and then all of a sudden. When that happened, my wife had retired from the school system. She had been with the school system like 12, 13 years. She retired from the school system. Well, what happened was we called Arlington, and Arlington said, and we've been living in Arlington ever since, and the people in Arlington said, sure, we got a place for you. Don't worry about credit and all that other stuff. Come on out here. And we was like, okay, there's the place. Then I got a call from Heaven 97, and they were like, we heard your demo. We want you to come out here and work for us. I was like, okay, cool.
Yes.
And then the third thing was, we needed $3,500 to move. Well, my last check at Airborne was not enough to cover the expenses. So I said, well, I guess it wasn't God. Well, about 3 days later, my wife went out. She got the mail. I was in the shower. And then I hear this screaming. So I'm running out in the towel. I think something's going on. And she's screaming. She's like, read this. And it was a check. And it was $5,500.
Wow.
And I said, well, I guess we got to move.
Yeah.
We've been here since.
Hey, man, thanks for sharing that story. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm listening and I'm like, wow, things just come together the way God planned.
Yes.
Because when I moved here from Austin, Texas, 10 years ago, the Lord instructed me to move here. And it was so funny because when I would tell my friends in Austin, moving to Dallas, they say, why are you moving? I said, because the Lord said to. And they're like, don't you think you're taking this Jesus thing too far? And I'm like, no, the Lord told me to move here, and I'm moving. So then when I get here, and then everybody, because I came here, I didn't have a job.
Right.
People say, why did you move here? I said, the Lord told me to.
Told you to move. And people, you know what's funny? People don't get that.
Yes.
Like as if the Lord does not speak. He does speak.
Yes, he does.
And when he really wants your attention, he'll get your attention.
Amen.
And that's what he did to us. And so when he said to do this, I wasn't wavering in faith. And I was new in the faith anyway, because I just got saved a year before that.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, zealous for the Lord.
Right.
And I was like, whatever you say, God. But I had to convince my wife. And we just had our son, Kevin. And then And so once we came to an agreement, and then everything started falling into place,
Right.
and then we ended up being here, and we've been here ever since. And I know it was the right decision.
And see, look at it. Here we sit in the Metroplex, two people we know the Lord told us to
Absolutely.
move here. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know. But and to think, both have radio backgrounds,
Absolutely.
country,
Yeah.
you know, thing. And but you, I know you're glad you moved here because you're having such good success here with the Bright Day Media Group and BGC Sports. What is BGC Sports?
Big Game Christian Sports Network.
Okay, how did that come about?
Well, that came about because Cedric and I, we love sports. And Cedric had been doing announcing in sports and covering games. I never had the opportunity to do sports, but I always wanted to have a sports station. And, you know, nothing against the stations in this market and other markets, but a lot of the stations that you hear have a lot of sexual innuendo concerning, you know, sports. It has nothing to do with sports. We want to hear sports that's clean, that's precise, and that's to the point. Why don't we just make a station? And then we do it from the Christian perspective. Okay. So we say we cover the big game from the Christian perspective, and that's how I came up with Big Game Christian Sports Network.
Are you finding that a lot of athletes, especially professional athletes, when they hear about your station and your format and everything, what is their response to BGC Sports?
Well, the response has been good, and this is the reason why, because we want to talk to athletes of faith, of all kinds of faith, and we want to be the platform for them to discuss their faith. Because a lot of times, you know, when an athlete's on television and they say, you know, if they win the Super Bowl, I just want to thank God because you won the Super Bowl. Well, they allow you to say it. But other than that, you don't get more of a deep expression of your faith.
You can't make it as personal as you would like with your fans.
Right, exactly. So we developed the platform for them to express their faith and come in, and we sit down, we have a conversation with them. Matter of fact, we're working on at the beginning of the year, ESPN has something called 30-30. Well, it talks about the background of people's lives and different things like that. Well, the deal with us is we're going to do something similar, but it's going to be called the Big Game Perspective is what it's going to be.
Okay.
And then we're going to take it from their perspective of being a Christian athlete in the society today. Yeah.
You have this strong voice, great voice, by the way. You sing. You and your wife sing.
Yes.
Are you a writer? Do you write music and melodies?
Yes,
or you
ma'am. I write and produce all the lyrics and perform.
Thank you, North Texas and Jim Austin Online viewers, for watching. Special thank you to our guest, Mr. Tom Young, from the movie Human Wreckage. Homage, country music artist. Make sure you go to jimaustinonline.com and find out time, date, and place and all of that good stuff, where you can see Homage at the Jim Austin Zydeco Music Festival. It's coming up in July. And last but not least, my buddy, Mr. Daryl Day with By Day Media Group. Until next time, make sure you, log on to jimaustinonline.com. Don't forget social media. We're getting ready to step it up a notch. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, you name it. We're out there, and we look forward to hearing from you. Want you to be a part of what we're doing, okay? Until next time, have the best week ever. God bless you all. I'm Cynthia Austin.